right now. Wait till the little thing comes up and says it's live. Is it showing live on your end?
I'm not watching you.
Great.
Ugly ass head.
The screen. Thank you. Okay, hey everybody. Just basically, so everybody kind of knows the backstory to this a little bit. Apparently, Blue has had a problem with me for a year and a half since Drama-Gate. I have provided the link and Drama-Gate, the tool, to him multiple times. And he apparently...
multiple times.
Let me finish. It is my hangout, okay?
I don't give a fuck if you... No! Oh, no, this is our hangout!
Okay, it's our hangout. Then let me finish so the audience knows, and then we can keep going. Thank you.
Oh, well, no. Everybody knows that you lied, Neg. Everybody knows. Everyone's aware of that.
He has some questions and some concerns based on our actions, and I thought it might be prudent, because this keeps coming up, to try to get to the root of this so we both can understand each other.
Why did you lie on Wise Apple is my first question.
Okay, Blue. Why did we lie on Wise Apple? Okay,
yeah.
Can you tell me where you think we lied on Wise Apple?
Yes, in your tool video, you put forth that she was part of this Drama-Gate community when she wasn't.
And you know that how?
Because of her video where she said she wasn't involved with you, that she didn't want to be involved in this project, that she took a step away.
And that's exactly what we reflected in the video.
No, you didn't. You didn't. She didn't want to be a part of it in any time. Why did you put her name up at all?
Whoa. Wait a second.
She wasn't involved, so why did you put her name up?
I'm trying to answer. If you let me. Okay. Again, let me go through this like we did in the tool, and I will repost it again so everybody can see it on my channel. It's been privated for a while because of the misunderstanding at the end, thinking we're going away again, which we're not, so I had to go back and cut all that. And plus, again...
No surprise, you re-edit your shit.
Again, can I get in, or are you just going to talk over me? Because a one-way conversation's not going to be real interesting here, okay? I don't want people to misunderstand that we're leaving YouTube again. Okay, the other thing is, the reason I didn't repost it is after talking to a few people, I don't want anybody, like some people, and I believe you're one of them, thinking that the tool was somehow used to gain subscribers and fame and all of that. But anyhow, we'll get to that, I'm sure. Let's stay on Wise Apple.
But Wise Apple says that that was the reason.
Wait a second, that's what I said. Let's go back to the Wise Apple comment and let's clarify. Now, unless you...
Look, let me explain what exactly happened. You were talking about the Drama-Gate project, and then you flashed your name, and then it dropped away. Why?
Okay.
She wasn't involved in it in any way.
Are you done so I can answer, or do you have a couple more comments?
I was fucking finished!
Well, because every time I start talking, you jump in. So, sorry. I can't read your mind there, Blue. Okay. Here's what chronologically happened. Like it or not, this is what happened. Now, I don't care what Wise Apple says. She knows what happened, and if she doesn't want to be, if she wants to, let's say...
I see. She lied, and you're not. Okay.
Can I answer? Can I answer? I'm trying to answer.
I heard your answer. I'm not letting you run around.
I haven't even answered yet. How did you hear an answer when I didn't give one yet?
No, I did hear an answer. You lied.
What was that? What was the answer?
Ned, whatever your fucking name is, why did you lie on Wise Apple? And I won't stop until you're done.
I'm trying to answer that. You said I did. If we did, we can move on. So what was my answer?
That you didn't lie on her, that she's lying, and she knew from the... No, that's your answer, that she is lying, and you're not. That was your answer.
Did I say that?
That's exactly what you implied.
Did I say that?
That's exactly what you implied, and we'll go through it later.
I'm not implying anything.
Go ahead. I won't speak again until I'm asked to. Tell me why you didn't lie on Wise Apple.
That would be very helpful. Okay? Now, if Wise Apple remembers it differently, whatever her motivation for putting that video out, that's fine. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. Now, here's what happened. Okay? We met, and this is pushing 2 years ago, after the elevator gate that was going on that started all of this big deal between Thunderfoot and Matt Dillahunty and all the mudslinging and all of that. Now, Live Life had come to me because we were doing the Skeptic Finch show and said he wants to do a segment on it. I said, I don't give a shit about drama. It's ridiculous crap. I don't want to be involved. But then, after I got on with Wise Apple and Matthew Steele, which at that time his name was Texan Canadian, we decided that, you know what? This is stupid. This drama bullshit really has some negative connotations in that it allows theists an opening to demonstrate that we're not a cohesive front. We will.
Listen, I didn't ask you for an explanation of Drama-Gate. I asked you for Wise Apple.
I'm trying. I thought you weren't going to speak again until I asked you to.
Not going to let you pontificate. Not going to let you pontificate and dodge the issue, neither.
I'm not. You've got. Do you want my
answer? Get to Wise Apple. That's what we're on first.
Okay, I'm trying to get there.
No, you're not.
Are you done?
No, I ain't. No, I am sure as fuck not done with you, boy.
Great, boy. Wow. Can I finish my explanation, or do you have more that you need to interject before I can finish?
Please make it quick and get to Wise Apple then, shitbag.
Wow. It's going to take what it takes. I'm sorry.
No, it's going to take the time I give you, and I'm not going to let you go off topic.
I'm not going off topic. I think
yes, you are.
I think anybody listening to this would know I'm going exactly.
Okay, so you met with Wise Apple. What happened then?
We talked about it. We talked about doing a project to demonstrate that there are people that will step up. Now, Wise Apple didn't say anything during that conversation. Just the three of us were there. Live Life wasn't there. The next day when we were going to meet to start finalizing this and actually start to brainstorm, she sent us a message via Skype that said, you know what, guys? Don't have a problem with what you're doing. I just don't think I am a good fit. I don't think I am a good enough actress to pull this off. Something to those lines. So we said, you know what? Fine. No problem. Now, in the tool, why did we put her name up? Because she was a part of the initial 3. Did she ever, while the tool was going on, did she put out anything exposing it? Did she do anything in any way, shape, or form that was against the tool until after all of this happened? That's what you need to ask yourself.
No, she didn't.
Right. If she was so against this, if this was so horrible in her mind.
Have you seen her video? She addressed that. She addressed why that was. Have you seen her video?
I don't. If I did.
Have you seen her video?
Yes or no? I don't remember. If I did.
Oh, wow.
Dude. When you're done, I'll answer, because, you know, you want to cut me off and laugh like the...
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you haven't watched her video in its entirety. Okay.
Can I finish?
Why don't you go fucking do that and come back?
I'm trying to answer questions, Blue. You keep...
No. Okay. Next question. Okay, you lied on her. She wasn't involved in the project, but so you lied on her. Thank you for admitting that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to mute you.
Anyway, you still mentioned her.
You're not having a conversation. Do you want me to mute you, or you want to be quiet?
I don't give a fuck what you do, boy. You're a liar. Well, you done?
You ready to talk, motherfucker? Fuck your whore mother, and I hope you get cancer.
Prudent, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, can anybody hear me? Guys, I'm waiting. I don't know what's going on because people are dropping in and dropping out. I don't. Can somebody just thumbs up or something in the comments, because I am trying to watch both. Don't know what's going on. Like I said, this is my first time, so I may be screwing this up even worse than whatever. But like I said, I mean, I don't know if anything changed or not, but anybody's welcome. I don't know what's going on with the Hangout. I would hope that it's being publicly broadcast. Feel like I'm getting feedback, so now I can hear it. Like so it's got to be on. Hey, I got Crocoduck and all right, finally, looks like I'm getting people now. Thanks, guys. King, how you doing, brother? Finally. Hey, well, I have no idea what was going on before. Could you guys hear me or anything, or was it just completely messed up?
Hello?
Hello, can y'all hear me? I can hear you.
I can hear you beautifully. Popped in to find out what was happening because it was dead on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I have. Oh, it was dead?
Yeah.
I have no idea because I was talking, asking people to come in, and like I said, this is the first time I've ever done a Hangout, so I'm sure I screwed it up pretty bad. But
only thing I heard on the YouTube.
You're going to keep me muted, Ned.
Blue, I didn't mute you. I don't know what you're talking. I mean, you dropped 3 times. I've sent you like 6 invitations. Why would I call for the Hangout and then mute you? It doesn't make any sense, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, lying doesn't make sense. It's true. Wow. So getting back to Wise Apple and why you threw her under the bus, she wasn't involved in the project in any way, yet you pretended she was. And I want to know which of you false flagged her. One of you failgate morons false flagged her, and I want to know who.
If I knew that, I would tell you, because I think that's absolute horseshit. If somebody did that and it was part of Drama-Gate, then I'll be the first one to stand up and say.
Then make a video because it was shit life.
If it was okay, I mean, maybe you don't know what's transpired since whatever with Live Life. We all agreed that we were going to shut down our channels. We were going to make sure that Drama-Gate was an example of we thought what we were doing right, and we didn't want this to turn into some stupid thing that was formulated to get views or to get subs or to get any of that other crap. So we all decided to leave. Now, Live Life decided. Can I finish, Blue? Live Life decided to keep his channels open. I can't control his channels. Me and Matthew both left, and we were planning on staying away. We didn't have any intention of coming back until we started getting requests to come back through Skype and other means. Now, I still don't have the subs that I had when Drama-Gate was going on. My biggest video now, I have no idea what it is.
See how he talks about what he cares about.
No, I'm trying to show you, Blue, that I don't care about subs. I don't care about views. I'm here to have fun. That's what YouTube is for me. I have another life that. Okay, so anyway, we didn't have any intention of coming back until we started getting requests to come back.
Tudiyama, you got to kill the video feed, man. You got to kill the video feed.
Yeah, because it's feeding back, man. I can't hear you.
There we go.
So I thought that, okay, this is put to rest. We can come back and have fun. Water under the bridge. We screwed up in a lot of ways. We think that some of the things we did, we pointed out, were useful. We lied, but this is one thing I don't get, Blue, is that you constantly call me a liar.
Because you did lie. You lied to every motherfucker on YouTube. in your Failgate expedition. You admit it? You did.
Which we readily admit. We use lying as a tool to facilitate.
So it's okay to use unethical acts if the end justifies the means. Okay.
All right. Well, let me ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
Blue, partner, puppy, you gotta listen to me, man. I love you. You're a friend. But you gotta chill out on this, dude. The man's apologized. He said he's sorry. What do you want him to do? Bleed for you? Come on. What more do you want from him at this point?
I want him to leave YouTube. Okay. Here's what I want him to leave YouTube. That won't happen. I want him to, number one, leave his tool video up like I've asked him to. Steele told him to take it down, and he folded like a bitch and took it down when I asked him to.
Okay, wait a second. You know what? I'm going
No, I'm not done. I'm not done. I want you to make an apology now and put it on your channel and admit what you did. Now.
Okay, I'm gonna go right now and put the. I'm going to unprivate the tool video so anybody can watch it. Like I said,
Are you gonna keep the per blue as blue is up there? I hope you do.
I'll add that back if you'd like me to.
I don't give a fuck.
You asked for it, then you should deserve credit for it if you want it. I really don't care, man. Okay, so.
But it's true that I asked you to put that. Isn't it true that I asked you to put that up? You put it up briefly and then took it down.
Yeah, I did, and I thought I explained why.
Okay, thank you. That's all. Next question.
Well, did you understand why I took it back down?
No, I do. It's because you want to hide 1984 this as best you can. That's why. No.
Wait a second.
Then why?
Again, my actions would tend to run contrary to that statement. If I'm running a 1984 this, number one, I wouldn't have come back as negation of P. I would have come back as a totally different user and maybe even masked my voice. Number two, I sure wouldn't be calling you out and asking for a hangout.
No. I'm the one calling you out. Let's get this straight because I didn't lie to anybody.
Okay, well, I wouldn't accept your challenge then, I guess. Whatever way you want to spin it, that's fine. I don't care. But again, the only reason I took down Drama-Gate, the tool, was because I was getting some negative feedback, some friends of mine that were saying that, look, this could be viewed as you trying to use this for subs and views. I don't want that. So I kept it up, but kept it private. So anybody that asked to see it, I could give them the link, but I didn't have to worry about it blowing up or getting 1,000 subs and now getting 1,000 subs out of it and somebody say, oh, yeah, that's why you put it up. I don't want that. I want people to...
Okay. Wow. Keep going, please. I'm sorry.
Do my actions reflect that, Blue, or not? That's all I'm asking.
No, they don't.
Okay, in what way don't they?
I asked you to put it up. You put it up, trying to make fun of me, and then you took it down. So it seems like you're going back and forth. And, Ned, everything you say is, through to the filter. If he'll lie to get subs, if he'll lie to try to tell us what we should do on YouTube, he'll lie now. And right. You can't get away from that.
You're right. And that's why I'm saying that's why I don't want to leave it up, because I don't want people to think that
you're a liar when you lied.
Okay. Again, settle down a little bit. The first thing is can I just get an agreement, and maybe the panel, I'd like to open this up. I mean, Blue, I definitely want to hear you on this, but I'd like to make sure this is a consensus and not just me. Is lying a social norm, I guess? And what I mean by that is lying objectively wrong in every case?
Oh, no. Please stop there. I hope no one answers that, because we're not playing philosophical games and going through hypotheticals here, motherfucker. We're talking about what you did.
Blue, it's an honest question to show the
motivation. No, it's not!
To show the motivation behind why we used lying as that tool. It's a very...
What was your good reason for lying, Ned? Tell us.
Does anybody want to chime in, or do you want me to go ahead and go? I don't want to dominate.
What's your reason for lying?
Oh my God. Okay.
I'd like to say something, because Blue is somebody that I've gotten blocked, and as you can see from his behavior, there are good reasons for that.
Matthew,
Can somebody
showed up? I see my icon when you talk.
That's slightly bizarre.
That is weird.
I don't know why. I'm on my own account, so I don't know. Google Plus has been really weird lately. Losing a lot of comments.
I just really important that I just address this really quick. Blue,
sure.
I need you to understand, dude, that it's my habit to try and stick up for my friends, and I want you to know, pal, you're making it really hard for me to stick up for you right now. Honestly,
why am I making it hard for you?
Because
I'm very upset about how they lied. I'm very upset about what they did to Wise Apple.
Oh, that's what we did to Wise Apple is complete BS, and anybody who tells you.
Okay, all right, yeah, all right. Oh my God, you lied about it. Okay.
No.
I'm afraid to ask, and maybe it's too late to ask this, but I don't suppose anybody can fill in the backstory for me.
I would be happy.
If not, I'll do it after the hangout.
I would be happy to. You could just stop ranting.
I put 2 links
over and over again.
I put 2 links in the description. One of them's the original Skeptic Fen Show broadcast for the Drama-Gate reveal, and the other one's the Tool video. It's on another channel.
Yeah,
none of which was on your channels till now. I point out. So that shows how proud you were of that action.
I think I explained it, but I'm putting it up right now, man. I mean, like I told you, it should be.
Now that you're called on it, yeah, good. I want Mr. Steele to put it out on his channel too.
Blue.
Wow.
You don't get to tell people.
Well, why don't you? Aren't you proud of what you did?
You don't get to tell people what to do.
Aren't you proud of what you did?
You don't get to tell people what to
do. Well,
do.
if you're proud of the Drama-Gate, then put the Tool video on your channel. Aren't you proud of that?
To tell people what to do.
Matthew.
I tell you to go fuck your mother. Okay? With barbed wire. That's what I tell you to do. I'm just asking why it's not on your channel. Forgive me. I'm asking. Why is it not on your channel, Matt?
I don't tolerate people. I don't tolerate people like that.
You just told everybody what to do on your last video. You told them how not to behave.
So
you were telling people what to do, see? See, you were telling Live Life how to behave. But you're not gonna let me tell anybody else to behave. So only you can tell people how to behave. Well, I'm glad we've got that fucking clear.
You just lost all credibility, and I'm not even gonna respond to you anymore. Sorry.
Why not?
I'll talk to anybody else in this.
Why not?
Hangout except you.
Why? Because you're afraid? Why did I lose all credibility? I'm not the one who fucking lied to every motherfucker on YouTube.
Do I sound like I'm afraid of you or anyone?
Yes, you do. You absolutely sound like you're afraid.
Okay.
Can I bring up an issue? Because I actually have something I want to bring up with Blue.
Prudent.
A few months ago.
Think about what, dude.
Hold on, Prudent, just to make sure before we get off topic and I forget. I just posted the link to the tool, and it is public now. I will change the title later on when I get time that this is per Blue's request, because since he liked it like that. But that's the tool. The only thing that's been changed is I cut out the ending where we said we were leaving YouTube. Because the only reason I did that is to keep people from misunderstanding that we're leaving again. So,
why did you two leave, by the way? 13 months after Drama-Gate.
You know, I'm seeing a huge parallel between what you're doing right now and what Live Life was doing in that hangout.
I'm sure you are, but I'm just asking. But Live Life didn't come in there and fuck with liars the way I'm doing it. Why did you two leave after you released the Tool video, after Failgate? You both ran and hid for 2 months.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. We cut off Prudent. Prudent, do you want me to answer that first, or do you want to make your statement? Because you were in line next.
Yeah, you can make the statement quick. I have to be out in about 10 minutes, so you just make your statement, then I'll say something, and then I'll head out.
Okay. And Blue, please try to remain quiet for a second. The reason we left YouTube is because we were completely discouraged and disheartened with the way that people reacted. It wasn't about being embarrassed, because we made it public so everybody could view it anytime they wanted to. We didn't hide it. We made sure that it was mirrorable and everybody could use it. We left because we were sick of the drama and because of people doing exactly what you're doing, Blue. That's why we left. Okay?
Because what I'm doing, calling liars on their lies, no. That's what we do to Christians. That's what I'm doing to you. You lied, you ran, you obfuscate, you 1984.
I don't think I think anybody watching this will see very clearly we have not obfuscated or lied. I mean, I've given you honest answers. Okay, sorry.
It sounds like Blue just wants an answer and he's not getting it, and he doesn't care about what's actually true. Again, sounds like live life.
Wow,
what don't I care about? Anyway, I only care about what. No, I care about what's true more than you. Obviously,
great.
I didn't lie in a view whore attempt, Steele. You lied in the view whore attempt.
Well,
that's all it was for you.
I hope you can demonstrate why you feel that way, but let Prudent finish his first.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is my question to you. Is it really something to get worked up over? I mean, it's been a year and a half, Blue. I mean, does it ever just come to the time where you just say it's not an issue worth arguing over anymore?
I'm happy to answer any question that anybody can ask that actually pertains to what we actually did, not what they want to hear us say we did because they have a bias about it, but what we actually did. I'm happy to answer any question, but you're right, Prudent. You're absolutely right. It's been a long time, and I'm really surprised anybody's so pissed about it, and it doesn't sound like a rational reaction if you ask me.
Oh, it's not rational. Well, all I can tell you, Prudent, is that there are millions of people who are new to YouTube who have no idea and who are like, wow, what are you talking about? And all these new people think that, you know, Neg P and Steele are great people, and they're not. They're just view wars, you know?
Can I get a comment in here somewhere?
No.
Go for it, Carl.
Hi, Carlton.
Sorry, Becky. Damn, that was quick.
Hello, everybody. Sorry I didn't say hi to everybody that came in.
Yeah, I'm back.
I'm still fighting this to see if I'm even doing it right.
I'm going to say it anyway. The hell with all of you. That seems to be the tone of the day anyway. This is my comment, and it's probably not worth anything at all, okay? But now, Blue, I've never met you. I don't know you. I don't know anything about you, okay? And I've met Negation before, but I really have no clue as to what we're talking about, okay? But I think that's important.
Important.
I'm about as neutral an observer here as there can be. I have no dog in this race. I don't know the people involved.
I can explain what happened.
Wait.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
I can explain what happened too.
But I wanted to make a point.
All right,
that's fine.
Okay, I just want to say I can explain what happened with Drama-Gate in less than a minute when you're finished.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, my point was simply this. And Blue, I don't mean this anything personally because I don't really know you, and maybe you're just having a bad day. That's fine. We all have those. But when I come into a hangout and somebody is yelling and screaming and swearing at somebody and making accusations and assertions, all those accusations may in fact be true. I don't know. But for me, when I come into that kind of an environment, in my mind anyway, I'm assuming that the person yelling and screaming and swearing is not genuinely interested in having a dialogue and learning if there was some, if something happened that they weren't aware of, or if there was some real justification for it. To me, it sounds more just like venting, because you're angry, and maybe justifiably so. But I think that everybody kind of needs to be aware of that. I think that without knowing anything, it's very difficult, and I'm trying. Blue, in your case, I'm trying to actually hear. I'm trying to hear through the yelling and screaming, and trying to actually hear what the issue is. But it's difficult.
I understand that, if I may, I understand that looks bad, and that when you walk into something and you hear somebody just yelling and screaming, your initial reaction to it is, well, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? He must be wrong. He's an asshole. I certainly understand that, and I know how this might look. But I really hate being lied to, okay? And I really hate what they did to Wise Apple, okay? And I don't know which of these, I'm pretty sure it was Live Life, but one of you fucks false flagged Wise Apple, okay?
And
what you did.
Okay, and if that's the case, again, Blue, I'm on your side there. That was wrong. It should have never been done. And if I find out that it was who it was definitively, I will absolutely even make a comment reflecting that. The other thing that Carlton said that I want you to understand, Blue, is that I honestly do want to know if I'm wrong with this. It's not that I'm on here trying to play games or trying to justify what we did. If it was wrong, I want to know it. So
you know it was wrong.
Okay, well then demonstrate.
Well, I think there's a line here that's.
Wait. I think Becky has been waiting to say something.
No. Well, first of all, I think that before I say anything, I think that we need to give Matthew a chance to explain what we're talking about.
Good point. Yep.
I remember it well. I was pissed off by it, and I'd be happy to tell you that. And yet, I like Matthew, and I like, you too. And it's a year and a half ago, but let him explain what it's about, and then I can tell you why I was pissed off. Okay.
Well, I remember that you were, and I remember why. So right. I appreciate that. But I would like to explain quickly what we did and why we did it, and why the way that we did it was wrong. The way we did it. I'm not going to say that the point of it was morally wrong, but the way we did it was wrong. I'm fully willing to admit that.
And so am I.
So what
Are you fully willing to put up a video to that effect right now?
We're putting one up right now, Blue.
No. A new one from Steel.
Blue, as I already said, you don't get to tell people what to do.
I'm just asking you if you will.
We are, Blue. It's public information. Anybody.
No, not the tool. I think we need a more specific explanation from each.
Wait a second. Let Matthew go ahead and do it, and then let's move on, and we can talk about it in specific.
Yeah.
So I have no problem providing an explanation. And if you'll notice, Blue, this hangout is live, and it's going to be public, and the explanation that I'm giving right now, I will be happy to clip it out and make it my own video, and I'll hang it up on my own channel so anybody can watch it anytime they want.
In fact,
so when Wise Apple said you did this just to get views, she's lying?
Matthew.
Yes. Okay, I'm done here. You know what? I'm done here. How can I believe you over her, Matt, when you've already admit you lied and she?
Well, you haven't exactly shown yourself to be rational, considering the hate you spew. So I'm not exactly worried about what you think.
The intensity it bothers you, Matt, but you have already lied and she has not. Okay, so why should I believe you over her?
Let me clarify.
And Matthew, and I see Christopher's here as well. Maybe we run this and do an elephant in the room on it, just to get it over.
Yeah.
Maybe so. And we've discussed that between the two of us. We've already discussed.
I want to hear why this woman was pissed. No more of you, please, Matt.
Okay.
Blue, let me put it this way, okay? I don't think she's lying. I think she's wrong in her conclusion. There's a difference, but you're right. I did just say I thought she was lying. That's wrong. I misspoke. She did not lie, because lie means that you have a conscious intent to tell something that's not true. I think that she
like what you did, okay? Like what you did in Failgate. Okay, you're right. Go on, please.
If you keep interrupting me,
a conscious intent to deceive.
Can I interrupt?
Blue, if you keep interrupting, I'm going to ask Negation to kick you. Okay.
I'm not going to kick anybody, Matthew. You know that.
Matthew?
I know, but I'll still ask.
I know. I'm not going to kick anybody. I don't ban anybody. Matthew,
sorry, but Becky, go ahead.
What I was going to say, and you know what's... Move on. You know, it's me, Jade. Everybody knows my real name is Jade. Okay.
Yes.
Matthew, but people still don't know what happened, what you guys did.
Please
so
do that,
why don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Explain that. I will explain. I will lay out, start to finish, everything that happened.
Good.
Okay. All right. Starting out, we had a brainstorm with Weissapple. I'd like to make that perfectly clear. Our initial brainstorm to come up with this idea was with Weissapple in a Skype hangout. Okay? I'm not making that up.
That is true. She has confirmed that. Go on.
Stop interrupting.
No, you don't tell me what to do. Remember?
As much fun as this is, guys.
Man, you know what, Blue? I have never muted someone ever. And I don't want to start now. Please, just let him finish.
Okay. The initial Skype hangout that we had on what to do about Drama-Gate was initially a very joking idea. Wouldn't this be hilarious? And we had huge yucks about it. And that was me. Hey, King Crocoduck, can you mute your mic for me? You've got some sort of a background noise going on there. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. It was a joke, but we thought it was hilarious when we had the initial hangout, and it was me, Live Life, Negation, and Weissapple in the hangout joking about this idea. Now, the next day, Negation and I had started plans to actually do this. And to Weissapple's credit, she did not seem interested in actually doing it, but she was the one that helped come up with the idea of what to do, just because we were joking around and talking about it. Now, that is the extent of her involvement in Drama-Gate. And that is why, when we released the tool, we included her at the very beginning, then took her out, just to show, yes, she was involved. And I would also like to say we asked probably a dozen YouTubers, and I'm not going to start name dropping, but there were some big channels that knew exactly what we were going to do because we asked them to participate, and they said no. But throughout the entirety of Drama-Gate, they knew what was going to happen and said nothing to anyone. None of them did.
Have you seen Weissapple's video about this matter in its entirety? The 3 tools you won't meet in heaven?
Not in a very long time. No, I haven't. But I did.
Okay.
I did see it when it first came out.
Finish. Let's not get off on rabbit holes.
Don't worry. I'm still moving along. I'd also like to say that I did not false flag Weissapple's videos, any of them. No, I didn't do a single one of them.
Okay, but
so I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there, but it was not me.
Okay, but Matthew, finish about Drama-Gate, because still no one knows what the tool is, no one knows what we're doing, anything.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so when we actually started, our initial plan was to have us attacking dark matter. And we came out with individual videos on our channels saying that he had done something. And we were basically making up a story of something he'd done, something very dramatic, but we didn't give very many clues about what that would be. And Dark Matter was responding in the comments, as I remember, of our videos positively that he was making it look like he was actively pretending like nothing had happened, or like, you know, trying to get us to shut up, basically. So that started to create a lot of drama, especially when we took it a step further and said that there was something potentially illegal involved that he had done.
And to be clear, everybody, Dark Matter was in on this from the beginning.
Yes, he was.
He just started getting these hits and then started responding. No, he knew we had contacted him prior to pulling him into this.
Right, and the 5 people who were involved, well, okay, 6 technically.
7.
Was it 7? There was, let's see, there was me, Negation, Live Life, Dark Matter, Bionic Dance, and what's the other guy's name?
TV and Meridian Frost.
Meridian Frost, but you're right. I forgot about Atheism TV. He was in there too. Yes,
You're right.
See, you forget a lot, baby.
Yeah, because we don't care.
Really? You don't care about lying? Why not?
Come on. All right, let him finish. Let's not get off this. Sorry, I shouldn't have.
I'd like to diffuse this topic of lying because let's
finish first.
Okay.
Gotta get this out.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, so we all built up this huge soap opera of all 7 of us. As Blue rightly pointed out, there was also Atheism TV. We all built this soap opera up of something that had happened with Dark Matter until we had a Skeptic Fence show explaining to everyone what had happened. Now, at this point, we had already come up with a bigger plan for what all of this was going to be, and we said in that Skeptic Fence show, we will explain why we did this at a later date. We have to organize our all of everything that had happened. We had to organize and categorize, and because there was a lot of people involved. So what turned out to be Group B was Negation, myself, and Live Life. Nobody else was actually involved in what was really going on. But we wanted to see how big channels would react to small channels being attacked, vehemently attacked. And aside from, I think, Noel Plum and 1 or 2 others, everyone just basically just sat by and watched. So we were recording all of this, everything that happened, but not telling anyone what we were doing. And yes, we were using lies to create misinformation. And we were telling...
That's why I don't like you, and that's why I'm angry. You had no reason or right to do that.
Okay, let me clarify a little bit, Matthew, because you've skipped a couple of points.
Okay.
The first thing is that the entire purpose of the tool was to demonstrate that when given just a very small amount of information, the atheist community will not turn on each other and will not completely implode. And there will be the channels that will do that. We knew that going in, but what our main hypothesis is that the leaders, the bigger channels, would come in and go, okay, guys, look, I know that it seems like they did something bad here, but they seem to have a purpose. They think that purpose was worthwhile. Why don't we just wait because it was only supposed to be a day or two that we would have the tool published. Let's see what this tool is, and then let's make our judgment based on all the information. That's what we were trying to demonstrate, because what was happening through Elevator Gate and Matt Dillahunty and Thunderfoot, huge channels, they weren't the consensus throughout the theistic community at that time was you see atheists are just as irrational as we are. Well, we figured it was going to be the opposite. Well, we were wrong, flat out wrong.
Yeah, and honestly, the most surprising to us, and this was what we were hoping we wouldn't find. We were hoping that the big, apparently very critical thinkers that had these big followings, these big libraries of videos they'd made about skeptical, thoughtful topics. We thought, some of them will, at least some of them, will realize there may be something bigger here going on. But no, some of them were actually jumping to the conclusion that they knew exactly what was going on. And because the plot of Drama-Gate was so convoluted, no one knew what was going on except us, because there's no way, because we hadn't told anyone, and yet they were still telling us we know exactly what's going on. So when we released the tool on the next Skeptic Fence show, or I think we maybe even had an independent show about, I don't remember at this point, it doesn't really matter, it's so long ago, but we had a show where we were revealing the tool, and this is what we actually did. And no one had any idea that's what we were going to do, and that's what it was actually about. So all of those people that were saying they understood what it was about had no idea, and they all had egg on their faces because what they said they knew was wrong, or that they said they knew had happened, was not what had happened. So they formed a belief about it, and admittedly, we were naive to think that we would come up with any other conclusion than that. But that's what we got.
If I can ask a question to clarify for myself,
sure,
in a partial statement here, I guess. Ozzy is, everybody knows, or most people probably know Ozymandias, right? Ozzy is, has said, quite frequently, and I think rightfully so, that, being rational and being logical is simply a description of the process that we use to arrive at a conclusion, and that you can arrive at a wrong conclusion and still be logical and rational if you're given bad information to start with, to act upon.
That's a very fair point.
And you probably are already anticipating, and so this is kind of my question in that it sounds like, from if I understood what you're saying, that you intentionally put out bad information, and people then acted on that, possibly relying on the fact that they believed that you had some level of integrity or honesty to begin with, that sort of in their minds implied that what you were saying must certainly then be true,
that's
because there's a past.
Let me explain that.
Okay.
Because so there's a past history. There was a past history the other day that they acted on, and so
that's fair.
That's exactly what we use the lying for. We to be clear on this, the egg on the face that Matthew said was not that they got drawn into the lie. We fully expected people to get drawn into the lie. What we expected, what we
thought would happen,
thought would happen, which didn't at all, is that people would stand back and go, okay, this is what I think is going on. This is what, based on the information, based on the credibility of these people, there's something happening. But we're getting conflicting reports. We've got these guys on this side saying something happened. We've got somebody on the other side saying it didn't happen. We thought that when presented with two, and to tell you the truth, you've got more of a following from, the bigger, like what was going on with dark matter, is that would infuriate some people, Blue, and that is what
lying infuriated me,
okay,
and I waited patiently.
I
waited patiently.
Blue, I haven't even spoken yet, so please.
Blue, let me finish. We fully expected that. What we also expected, though, was there would be people that would go, okay, guys, understandably, you're mad. We expected that, and if you watch the tool, we even named that we expected that. What we hoped would happen is there would be a few people step up and say, okay, wait a second, let's wait until we hear the whole story before we just condemn everybody.
Right, and Noel Plum was one of the very few people who actually did that.
And to be fair, there were some people, and that's one of the reasons we came back, because those people were, But what I'm saying is that that's what we, I guess, further expected to happen is the people that acted from an emotional standpoint, which again is rational and makes absolute sense based on what they got, to go, okay, you're right. I was maybe not overreacting, but I was reacting from an emotional standpoint. Let's see what this is. Let's see what they have to offer, and then let's criticize them for what they actually did.
Negation, let me jump in here.
Let me finish real quick.
Sure.
And we still have yet to have people criticize us for the tool itself, what we tried to do with the tool. The only thing we hear is you lied and that type of thing. But there's nothing about the tool, which is still...
Let me just...
Go ahead.
I see Becky wants to say something. I just want to add an extra dimension to this that people may not be expecting. We weren't doing this by the time the tool was actually ready. We were very upset by what was going on, and I'd also like to. So we weren't doing it just from our high horse to try to make everybody look foolish. We were upset that what we were hoping to find turned out to be so very wrong, because so we felt like we were failing, and that we basically at one point just said, you know what, there's no point in even continuing or doing the tool at all. Why are we gonna bother with this? We're just making a big mess. But we decided it was best to actually show everybody this is what we were intending, and it's a tragic idea to do this. This is a really this is a mess that we're making, but we thought people need to see what we have found. And the thing that was really upsetting about all of the people who were having the reaction of we know what you're doing and why you're doing it, we were telling them in comments constantly, no you don't, no, we're going to tell you, but this is to Carlton's point, we were telling them individually, no you don't actually know what's going on because we haven't told you yet, please wait. And yet they were still telling us in response, no, we know what it's about. And it has to do largely with largely has to do with what Blue is accusing us of wanting views. If you'll notice, my channel still only has 700 views, 700 subs. I don't care about subs. Even to this day, if I did, I would self-promote. I would have intros to my videos. I would ask people to. Anyway, it's a ridiculous suggestion. Anyway, go ahead, Becky.
Becky,
okay.
you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to talk because I remember all this, and I was very pissed off about this. I made a couple of videos. One called, I think, "We Are Not Lab Rats."
Yeah.
Now, which I think some of you and as I said, I like Negation. I like Matthew. I get along with them fine. I think they're intelligent, good people. Something happened. It went wrong. It was a long time ago. It's time for all of us to put it to bed. Okay.
Carlton.
But
yes,
we can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Becky.
Okay.
Becky,
So
please
anyway,
finish your point.
one of the reasons that I was so upset is because there were some very serious things going on in the community at this time. And I don't think that Matthew and Live Life and Negation of P necessarily knew about those things, but they were very widespread and a lot of people knew. And they were very serious. And I'm not going to explain what they are because I don't want to dig up the past. For one thing, I don't want to give any attention to a particular person who is the scum of the earth, and I also don't want to give attention to someone who was injured by this person. There were things going on that had real-life consequences to people. And this thing started to spiral out of control. There was even a video that was taken. Some of the evidence is no longer there because people took them down. And you remember what I said about some of the things going on in the community having real-life consequences? Someone did a video essentially accusing Dark Matter of pedophilia.
Oh, wow.
Now, I don't know if you guys know that.
No, I didn't know any of this.
Okay, and that was one of the things, and that video went down shortly afterwards. And unfortunately, at that time, I wasn't hip enough in the community to know to download it right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I alluded to it back then, but I didn't state it because I didn't want to add to, I didn't want to. Sometimes when you say, oh, this guy accused somebody of pedophilia, but it's not right, then people will go, oh wow, there were accusations. I didn't want to add that layer to it because sometimes when you say something didn't happen, people automatically think, well, there must be some reason that she's saying it didn't happen.
Right. And that's honestly, that's been why I haven't really addressed Drama-Gate so far, is because if I start answering all of the accusations, it's going to give them validity, and there's no point.
Exactly. But again, as I said, my concern was I started seeing this get out of control. Besides the fact that there was stuff going on at Drama-Gate, that I had a very emotional reaction to Drama-Gate, I admit it, because of other things that were going on in the community, and your timing just sucked, guys.
Yes, you're right, absolutely. There were so many parts of what we did, and honestly, we are not the three of us, including Live Life. We are not scientists. We were doing something that was, I think, it was unethically done, but it was done in good spirit. It was. We were hoping to find something that would actually give people some positive feedback. Look, this is what happened. Look, we actually we can pull together and be a skeptical community, but no, the exact opposite is what we discovered, and that's why we left.
I think that's
why you left.
Wait, no.
That's why you left.
Blue. There are other people in here.
That's why.
If I may, forgive me, please. Forgive me, everybody, for interrupting again. I have to go to work for like 10 minutes. I'll be back in like 10 or 15 minutes. Please forgive me. I have to go to work.
Yeah. Hey, Blue. Leave your Blue. Stay connected so you don't lose your spot because I don't know how to.
I'm still going to be online here. I'm still going to be in a hangout. I'm just going to leave the thing. I got to go to work right quick.
I have to.
Okay, that's fine.
Let
me make one more point, and then we'll get off the deal. I think that's what's missed in all of this, is that we honestly thought that if it would have gone the other way, if it would have gone where people would have said, okay, look, let's back off and see what this is, how powerful that would have been to show other people who don't use that kind of logic and reason and say, okay, I'm going to get all the facts before I make a judgment. And it was naive on us to think that would happen, that everybody would, or at least the vast majority, would go that way instead of going the other way. But
exactly.
That's why we did it, because we thought that, look, if we can show, even when emotions are high, the atheist community will step back and take a rational approach and say, it looks like they did something really bad, but let's wait until we see the whole thing. It would have been game over in our opinion.
I see
Lenny has a question, though.
Sure, go ahead.
Lenny has a question. Go ahead, Lenny.
My apologies for being interrupted. Just kill the camera here real quick. The thing that I had with the whole Drama-Gate thing, because I was there I kind of dived into it halfway. I didn't know what was going on. I was dipping my toes in the YouTube waters at the time. It's the only issue that I had with the whole Drama-Gate thing, and again, this is my small little 2 cents, was I felt that you guys did this thing, you lied about it, and then it seemed like you were almost upset or criticizing people for how they reacted to your lie. I felt they reacted appropriately. You lied to them.
Too.
They didn't like it. What do you want, Michael? What's left to say at that point? Well, don't say, oh, well, we really would have rathered that you guys had been a bit more skeptical. No, you lied. No. People got fucked off about it. That's how it is.
Right.
You're right. You're right.
You're absolutely right. No, not again. And I think this is where the problem is people think that we were upset about how the initial reaction to finding out we were lying. No, we fully expected that, and we even say it in the tool multiple times. What we were upset about is that after that initial reaction, there was not a cool down. Everybody, again, there were definitely some people that stood out, but for the most part, even people part of Drama-Gate started to distance themselves instead of saying, okay, yeah, that was screwed up, you shouldn't have lied to us, which is absolutely what we expected, and we're not condemning anybody for that. I would have done the same thing.
I have to add.
The only point that I want to make here very, very quickly, just to let me finish. But aside, I mean, these are all very forgivable things as far as I'm concerned. Like, you know what I mean? These are small potatoes. And on the list of awful things that have happened and will happen to me in my life, this is so insignificant. It really is, boys and girls.
Yeah,
like, I mean, Jade, real quick, honey.
Yeah.
So when Blue wants to come on here and call your boys out on the fire for something very, very small and completely unimportant that happened a year and a half ago.
And raped my mother with barbed wire.
And rape your mother with barbed wire. Blue, I love you, baby. You're a friend, and I've talked to you a lot, but I got to give you the double tall man on this one. You know what I'm saying? 2 middle fingers just for you, because this happened a year and a half ago, and it doesn't matter. Who cares? Get over it.
Well, I think if I can chime in again real quickly. Now I got 3 things to say. First of all, I didn't know that if I called I didn't know if I called Jade baby, I could get in quicker, but I'll work on that. Secondly, I think one other side to this is that I'll be the marketing guy for a second and see if we can spin this in a positive way. I think had all the atheists responded as you had initially hoped that they would have responded in terms of being logical and skeptical and so on, I almost think that would have been worse, because I think that would have given some sort of credence to the other side in terms of accusing the scientific community of colluding and of sort of being a group, group think. I think the fact that the atheists reacted irrationally, I think actually it can be seen as a good thing. I think that's one of the reasons that we insist that our ideas are submitted to peer review. I think that's one of the reasons why we don't accept things from an authoritative position, that they have to be examined, because we are all human and we all make mistakes and we all have biases and we're not always logical with everything that we say. So I think there's a positive side to that. The last piece. Damn, I'm getting old. I can't remember three whole points. I know what it was. Now and this is a terrible thing to have to feel, a kinship over. And I didn't realize this about dark matter. But in Lenny, Chris, Marty, where I'm going to go with this. There was a hangout where I as payment for standing up for a young lady who I thought was being treated piss poorly on a Google channel. I was accused by somebody of being a pedophile as well on a live hangout. And this was M42 pill. Yes, this pillbox. All right, I don't care if he knows. He knows. And I think. I don't want to take this off track, but I think that we, as a community, both theist and atheistic, I think we need to draw a line. I think there needs to be. Okay, everybody yells and screams and calls people liars and what have you, and that's kind of just a day in the life type of thing. But I think we need to start drawing a line when people start going down roads like accusing people of pedophilia or criminal activity in general. That needs to be not only. I think those people, we need to respond to those people by blocking them. I don't know any other way to say it, and reporting them. I think those people are beneath being engaged in conversation.
Let me just make one point that I think is extremely important. That seems to be something people need to hear. We fully expected to be ostracized for doing this. We were not doing it to benefit ourselves at all. We were not doing it so that we would gain subs or anything like that. We were doing it to show a result of what we were doing, and that's all.
Well,
we were not hoping for more subs. We did not do it so that people would know who we were. We did it so that we could find out something. And when we got all of the people involved that ended up being involved, it ended up getting so much bigger than we ever expected anyway, so it just snowballed out of control.
Well, I think that would be my only criticism of Blue, really, is that I think if you're going to call somebody out, I think you can call somebody out on facts, right? Because you can have witnesses, you can establish what you did or did not do. But when it comes down to motivation, what are you going to do? If you're going to ask them, they're going to, and I'm not saying that you're not telling the truth, but if you ask somebody, they're going to say it was X, and you might think it's Y, but that's really as far as you can take the conversation. You might as well let it go.
That's good. I don't care if people don't believe what I'm saying right now. Be skeptical. Be skeptical of me. Be skeptical of everything you hear. Don't believe me. Fine. I'm just saying what I think is the truth. If you don't believe that, then that's good. On one level, you don't trust me to the point where you'll accept what I say as true. And on the next level, you are being a good skeptical thinker by questioning what I say. And if you end up not liking me after this because you're hearing something that I've done that you find unforgivable, then that's fine too. It just goes to show that you are thinking skeptically and not putting your personal feelings above what you think is true. That's fine.
Personally, I think the caveat to that is that you have to also back up, especially if you're going to go public with those beliefs, with the actions that support your hypothesis, if you will. And I mean, I'm still waiting for someone to explain to me how our actions resulted in more views and more subs.
Personally, and you may disagree, I just wish we could all move the fuck on.
I agree. I completely agree, man. Crocoduck, I love you, dude, and I think you've hit the nail on the head. This hangout right here needs to be just us explaining what happened, apologizing for lying. All right, I am apologizing right now because we lied. I'm sorry for all the feelings that were hurt, the people who trusted us, who feel betrayed by the fact that we lied throughout Drama-Gate. I am very sorry for that, and all I can say is we did something foolish with good intentions and made a mess of things. Yeah. But we did not do it for selfish reasons, and I'll stand by that to my dying day.
And I just want to say that I have 46 viewers on my YouTube channels, and you fuckers are never going to catch up with me.
Ooh, I don't know. I think I'm getting close.
Yeah. As someone who was very pissed off at the time, I'm over it. It was a huge clusterfuck. The timing was bad. And when I saw it start to go really, really bad with the guy, I know it was a guy who put up the video, suggesting strongly that it was pedophilia, that I started to realize that could be another case where this could affect someone's real life. Yeah. And it was your choice, I think, of just saying something, without just leaving it open. Unfortunately, when you leave something open, you get a lot of people to jump in with crazy accusations, and
that's what we were trying to do, which in retrospect was the worst part about it.
Right.
We were hoping to leave it so open-ended without any kind of solidity to any of the claims that we made, to make it even more blatant that, wait a second, we need to back off and try to figure out what's really going on here.
I'd just like to add
without knowing that all of that stuff was going on in the background, because I didn't know either.
Yeah.
Looking back, we definitely should have either waited or not. Well, probably not. Well, again, I just wish. I mean, I really would like to have the discussion about the tool itself and the ethics behind the line, because unlike Matthew, I think the utility in lying is, I don't know, justifiable almost.
I'm not apologizing for telling a lie. I'm apologizing for telling the lie that we told. The lies that we told. That the way we did it was very amateurish, and we were actively trying to manipulate the community,
right?
To provoke a reaction, and that I think that it's I've heard arguments people have made about something that is unethical in scientific research, that it strikes a little too close to home for the way we did it, but lying itself is not always bad. As Negation has told me, pointed out to me when we talk about this, which we do fairly frequently, if your wife asks you, do I look fat in these pants, is it an immoral lie to tell her no?
Well, I think even beyond morality, I mean, certainly statisticians, and psychology students do this all the time. Anytime you study a group of people, typically you don't tell them what it is you're studying or you influence the results. You tell them it's something else. So you say we're studying how left-handers do mathematics, when reality you're studying whether guys with blue hair are attracted to women with brown hair. So I mean, the lie doesn't. You're right. I think it's not the fact that you lied. Who cares? I just think
Blue does.
Yeah. Well, I think it's when
it depends on the type of lie you tell, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it does, Blue. I think if the intent is to emotionally manipulate somebody and cause them grief, then I think that might be a line there.
But that was not our intent.
No,
it was definitely not our intent.
I'd like to add one more point. As I was getting upset about this back then, a friend of mine reminded me that there had been something very similar that happened in the community earlier. He and someone else, I'm not going to name any names again, had tried a similar experiment. He made a video accusing a friend of ours of having a sexual relationship with his own sister. In other words, incest. And they did this to see what the reaction would be, to measure how many people were going to be skeptical and how many people would just go, "Oh my God, you're sleeping with your sister. What's wrong with you?" And he reminded me of that, and that I hadn't gotten upset then.
Well, I would like to just say that we tried to minimize the dramatic aspect of what we were saying happened as much as possible.
Right.
To not make it sound like something, because that's
right.
pretty messed up right there. Everybody would. I mean, yeah.
Okay,
anyway.
But the point was, why was I not upset then, and I was upset when you did it, and it was because of other stuff happening in the community. So that's where my emotional reaction came from, and that's where a number of other people's emotional reaction came from. And I could even name them, but I'm not going to. Well, because of other things, we were overly sensitized at the time you came out with your video. And like I said, it was just lousy timing.
Yes.
And
I'd also like to point out that what G-Man did with his chocolate atheist
I was just going to ask you that. I was going to say, how do you guys feel about that?
We actually were like, holy crap, he actually accomplished more with that, getting people to have the reaction that we were hoping to generate in one day than we did with all of Drama-Gate. We actually were saying at the time, wow, he was actually more successful in getting the response that he was looking for than we were with his lie. And
seriously though, fuck G-Man.
And I tried to change my handle after that to White Chocolate Atheist. But nobody bought it either.
Oh no.
Was G-Man lying okay?
What's that? Was it okay?
Was G-Man lying okay? I mean,
morally okay.
Again, I think it's the same answer for me. I think the fact that he lied is not important. I think the fact that he did it intentionally, I think, to cause people grief, or I don't know. It's a hard thing to call, Blue. It really is. I think that's what bothered me about G-Man's lie, is not that he lied. It's that there was sort of this intent to cause people problems by that lie. I think that's what bothered me about it.
Okay, if I may have the floor, I got a few things to say. First of all, the letter that you sent to all these big atheists, to lots of different atheists, was called "Taking Trolling to the Next Level," if I'm not mistaken. Second of all, I just have to tell you, Matt Steele, what's his name? That Psycho123, Psycho123. He doc dropped on you, and he sent me all your information. I don't know if it's true or not. And I had heard some things. You think I'm crazy and half-cocked. I saw a lot of motherfuckers who were crazier and half-cocked than me, and I said to Psycho123, listen, motherfucker, listen, don't kill anyone innocent, okay? Don't kill anyone innocent. You want to go and kill Matt Steele? Fine. Don't kill his kids, you sorry motherfucker, and why don't you fucking have some bread and cola first before you kill anybody? Just relax, will you? And obviously I deleted that. All I know is that Matt lives in Canada. And so you admit you lied, you admit you deceived, you admit you manipulated, and you admit you did it poorly. Is that all correct?
Yes, that's all correct.
And you left YouTube not waiting for the shit to blow over at all. You just left.
I left because
you were disgusted with people like me and all of us, right?
No, not the people. With the results of what we were trying to do. Not with the people. We were not disgusted with people. We were disgusted with ourselves as much or more than anyone else because we were expecting something that was ridiculous. We never should have expected that. We were thinking that something more noble would happen than it did. But people are not noble. People are just people. People are good and sometimes they're bad. People do good things, sometimes they do bad things. It's not fair to expect everybody to react nobly, and we were wrong to expect that. It was naive of us. So that's I was disgusted with that, and honestly it was just such a big mess. It was such a huge mess that it made you feel bad to be involved with it. It made me feel like, what the hell am I thinking doing something like this? It's like getting into a job that you realize you hate later. I haven't heard any
remorse like this from you at all since till now. I haven't heard remorse from any of you motherfuckers till now.
You didn't listen to the Tool very well, man.
No, I did listen to it, you know, and
Blue, all you do is spew hate. Why would we have a conversation with you when you just spew hate all the time?
You're not listening. You're not listening, brother. It's just spewing hate. Listen. Why haven't I seen that remorse from you before?
Again,
you say it was in the Tool video, which was hidden until just now.
It's not been hidden, all right?
No, it was on none of your channels. None of you were proud enough of it to put it up there.
Look, Blue, when we left, it had been mirrored. I just want to say it had been mirrored to other channels when we left. So why would we think that it was hidden?
But you deleted it off your channels, correct?
I deleted my channel.
Our entire channel.
Right. And you did that just because you were so disgusted with yourself.
And the reaction from the community, yes.
And that's why you left.
Yeah.
So and you came back because people were asking you to, right?
Exactly.
Okay, you know, I'm going to believe Wise Apple instead of you two. I'm sorry when you said this is just a fucking sub-whore expedition. And she said it was just a fucking. Excuse me. She said it was a sub-whore expedition, at least for Steel. You wanted 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Okay, I'm going to believe that rather than you.
That's a quote, Mom.
So,
what? That was completely. That was said in the conversation, but it was said in jest.
Let me answer.
Okay, yeah, all right, because you guys have never told a lie before.
Can I make a quick comment, please?
Let me respond to this point about the 10,000 subs and live life and the sub whore and the troll thing. Let me just comment on that, because when we had the original discussion, it was posed as a troll. When Weissapple was involved with it, that first hangout that we had, it was posed as a troll, as something just to be funny. But by the time we actually implemented it, and this is the reason she didn't want to be involved, was because we were posing it as an actual social experiment. And she didn't want to be involved with that. When she was talking about being involved, we were just talking about doing something funny and entertaining, and that's probably where I said something about expecting our views to shoot up because of this. But when we actually implemented it, it was much bigger and much more ambitious than that.
And it was completely understood by all three of us that more than likely we would not have a channel after this because people would be pissed off. But we thought that what we could bring to the community through this was worth it. And it wasn't.
Now you know you're wrong.
Exactly. It wasn't. We've said that, and we said it, I don't know how many times in the tool.
And I'll say also that if anybody has actually come up and asked me at any point about Drama-Gate, I would tell them the same thing I'm telling you right now, but nobody has.
Oh, I have.
No, you haven't. All you've done is yell and scream and curse at me.
No. I've left many comments for you, young man.
No, you haven't.
Oh, really? Well, you blocked me. Oh, no, I've left lots of comments for you back in the day and now, Matt. Please stop lying.
Full of nothing but hate, not actually wanting to know what happened.
I know what happened. You just said you lied, deceived, and whatever your intentions were, they were wrong. Make a video and say that to that effect.
No, you don't get to tell people what to do.
Why are you afraid to do that, Matt?
We already did it with the tool, and it's a year and a half later. I don't.
I don't really consider that an apology. I could just consider that more of what I've heard today: base rationalization and half lies, and then calling Wise Apple a liar, and then say, "Oh, I misspoke." No, you didn't.
Again, half lies.
Yeah, Blue, I think you're the only one out there who cares about this anymore. I've talked to Matt and to Negation since then. I've never asked them about it because I got over it, and I thought about it, and I realized it was just a big mistake they made, and I've made mistakes too, and I don't for a minute think they did this with any ill intent. It just was a clusterfuck. It was really bad timing, and it was a mistake. And as my one friend told me, this isn't the first time something like this has been done before. So chill out a little bit. Not the exact terms he used, but basically. And he started me thinking about this. And I was like, wow, yeah, why am I so emotional about this time? And I realized, again, it was because of some other things going on. And then when that guy made that video about strongly suggesting it was pedophilia, that really had me thinking, doing something like this could really have real-life consequences.
Becky, I didn't know any of that about Dark Matter, and I fully intend to go contact him and apologize if we had anything to do with someone accusing him of that, because that is seriously messed up.
Yeah, the video was only up for a very short while. I don't think a lot of people saw it. I think, people were telling him to take it down, and I don't remember who it was. Apologies. I don't remember who it was.
Well, I'll still apologize to him because that's really messed up.
But that's the problem.
You'll apologize to him, but not the entire community.
Well, I think they already did that, and I think
I don't think they have. You know what? I remember Steele's "I Apologize" video. He deleted that. Because I know you deleted the whole channel.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I also saw his defense of Drama-Gate. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah. No, not the cool. His video along with Bionic Dance and Drunken Live Life.
Okay, can I also say something too about Wise Apple? Wise Apple is a grown woman. She's a mature, intelligent, articulate woman. She's perfectly capable of taking care of herself. You don't need a white knight for her.
It's not white knighting. It's just anger, because now she's been false flagged and is gone. And actually, I'm not sure if it was shit life or one of his fanboys. I don't know. I just know where it came from.
Well, and that is another part of the problem when these sorts of things happen, but it's also part of the problem of being on YouTube. People do have fanboys and girls. There are immature individuals out there who will jump to defend someone when they don't want to be defended. Other people have talked about this before. Dick Coughlin has talked about this. Don't do something in his name. We're all adults. We can take care of ourselves. Don't go flagging someone because you think they've said something bad about the person you like. It's incredibly juvenile. It happens. It hasn't happened to me, but it's happened to a lot of other people. And it could
all the more reason why these people shouldn't have played with fire. And that fire is lies.
They didn't know they were playing with fire. They thought they had a little match.
Becky.
That they were trying to put a little light in the darkness. Sorry, go ahead.
First, I want to say I love you. And second, I want to say we had a misguided understanding of what would happen, but to say we didn't know what would happen isn't true. We didn't think that what actually happened would happen the way that it did, because you can't predict the future, but we expected a negative reaction, and we expected to be ostracized for what we did. We were not doing it for any positive outcome for ourselves. We thought we would be hated for it.
Yeah.
We expected
Let
that
me tell
all
you
the way.
something. Let me ask you something. You know that a lot of atheists came from religious backgrounds, you know, and what some of us have been lied to and lied to and lied to by the religious. And let me tell you something. I will tell every atheist to value the 9th commandment more than theists. Please do, okay? And you didn't, okay? You didn't. You showed that same old religious spirit of trying to manipulate and use people, using people as means rather than ends, okay?
Blue, when I first saw this video, and I never met you before, I don't think, but you know, I come from a completely neutral standpoint. I had nothing to do with this. I'm just a third party in this. When I came to Drama-Gate and I became associated with it and I saw what was going on, I just saw it as just a stupid joke, you know, just a poorly executed dick move. But, you know, it's not something I really worried about. And I put, you know, my sweat and blood into this community. You know, I work really hard on my YouTube channel, the videos, organizing events. And, you know, this just wasn't that big a deal to me. You know,
let me re-emphasize that, yes, on the scale, in the whole of our existence, yes, this is not that important. And yes, it could be something I would forgive and move on for, and it's really not that big a deal compared to all the other things that are going on in the world. Of course, I understand that. And I understand why my reaction seems over the top, too much. But let me tell you, I've been lied to too much, okay? And, you know, forgive me, I wasn't that active in the community at the time. I had just got back. The only two I knew about of you Magnificent Seven was Dark Matter and Bionic Dance. And, you know, Dark Matter, you know, what can I say? The guy's a fucking genius, you know. Unless you got video of him burning kittens, nothing's going to happen to him. But the thing about Bionic Dance, excuse me, the thing about Bionic Dance was that she struck me as, you know, well, obviously self-absorbed, but very passionate, very honest. And the same with Dark Matter, okay? Now, you say, well, we showed you not to trust anybody. Well, hey, thanks, motherfucker. You know, I kind of already knew that already. But I would like to hope, last time, if we don't value the 9th commandment more than theists, we are a religion. We are lost.
Blue,
and I got back to work.
Blue, so, you're gonna encounter dipshits, liars, whatever, no matter what their backgrounds. I mean,
I expect more from the two people with use it in their brain on the goddamn thing.
You know, I don't know really what to say, man. I mean, I moved on. I don't really care about this anymore. It's a year and a half ago.
I understand.
It just seems unreasonable to me to, you know, go on about this so long after it's done. Let's move on. Let's do something productive.
Do you realize that millions of people have joined YouTube since this? Millions of people. I mean, I get shit from people. It's like, oh wow, I never knew about this Drama-Gate. I've never heard of Sci-10 Atheist. Every day someone's joining YouTube. And every day someone's realizing they're an atheist. I have to go back to work. I am so sorry. We can do it later. I'm not done.
Okay.
Well, I just want to say, Blue, if you're still there, you know, not everybody is going to continue with this conversation. At some point, it's just going to be you shouting in a room by yourself.
And sadly, that's what I mean. I really wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt and try to understand why he's so upset. And I understand that he's been lied to in the past. But
haven't we?
Exactly. That's my point. I mean,
yeah.
I think.
I mean, he's making it sound like he's having like PTSD over this.
Well, that's exactly, you know, and
Freddie move.
Well, and I guess the problem that I still have, and this is my problem. I mean, I think that I'm the one who's potentially even dogmatic on this, is that I don't understand why we see in society that lying is not only a norm, but it's celebrated. I mean, if you look at some of the most popular shows that have ever been, they're based in lying. Candid Camera, To Catch a Predator, What Would You Do? Not
advertisement. Advertisement itself is lying, because when you watch a commercial of a hamburger, they're pouring, or say pancakes from McDonald's, they're pouring motor oil, not maple syrup. They're pouring motor oil on it to make it look better. Stuff like that. You're lied to all the time, every day. Lying itself is just part of life. Now, I'm not justifying lying.
Right. Well, no, wait a second.
I'm just saying it's not realistic to consider lying some sort of sin. It's just part of life. You have to be skeptical of people when they talk to you, no matter what. That you just be skeptical. I mean, it removes you emotionally from the situation.
The way I see it is it's just, I hate to use this word because we've said it so many times tonight, but it's just another tool. I can take a hammer and break someone's kneecaps. That's a horrible use for that tool. Or I can take that hammer and build someone a house that's homeless. It's the application and what you're trying to do when you're using that tool that matters, not the exact tool itself. And that's what I don't see. And again, it might be me. I might be completely wrong, and I am unethical and whatever. If so, let me know that. I don't want to be the bad guy.
Right, and I came in because I think you guys know, I was really pissed off back then.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm over it. Because it's done with. I overreacted. I know why I overreacted. I had friends of mine call me on it. Like I said, my one friend said, this has happened before. And I had time to think about it. It happened. But we have to grow up and get past things like this. Everybody learned from this that I know of. And so what? It's part of life. The number of times we've all been lied to is immense. And this wasn't done maliciously. And that's the real point to me, is whether something was done maliciously or not. Whether something was done to abuse people or to literally use people. I know a lot of people said that you guys were using the community, and depending on your definition of that word, yes or no, but it wasn't for your own benefit. You were trying to do something good, really, to come up with an analysis that showed, look, the atheist community is different, and well, it didn't.
Yeah, and even if that wasn't the case, personally, I think that's bullshit. I mean, I'm sorry, like I'm not judging you or anything. I personally think you guys were just like trying to pull a joke, which is cool and everything. But even if that is the circumstance, whether or not it is, I mean, I just don't care. It was, from where I stand, it was just an event, and it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, exactly.
And King, I'll say it. It was, like Matthew said, it started off as us just brainstorming and something that would be entertaining, but by the end, when we actually went into production and started doing this, we really did think that there was something of substance there. It wasn't just...
I'm not judging. I mean, even if that isn't the case, is what I'm saying.
I just wanted to make sure you understood that, at least for me, you heard it. So.
Yeah. I know your position, and even if that's not really the case, I'm saying it wouldn't matter. I mean, even if you were just bullshitting all the way through, like I still wouldn't be mad about it. At worst, this was a shitty joke.
Well, as much as Blue has been ranting and cursing at me ever since I did come back, like 9 months after Drama-Gate, he's been hounding me ever since then, just screaming in the comments. And ever since then, I and especially now in this conversation, I've realized that when all is said and done, people have raw nerves. They have weaknesses. They have things that they hold more dear than other people hold some things. And it's the emotions that end up being involved when someone moves away from something that can be as traumatic as organized religion. I understand that he is so upset. I understand that some people would see what we did as nothing better than them while they were growing up. I get that, but to be able to have a conversation about it, you got to be able to at least leave your feelings at the door and calm down and talk about an issue and then, you know, be angry afterward if you want, but to be able to sit at the table with the grown-ups, you got to at least calm down and talk rationally.
Yeah, and you're not responsible for everyone's emotional reaction. No one is. I made a video a while back, I'm not going to describe it or anything, that hit a nerve with someone, and that person got very upset, even though the video was not, I thought, was obvious. And I was really taken aback by this, but we got into a long conversation, and the person, because of their, you know, preconceptions, took my video all wrong, and we had a discussion about it, and everything came out okay. You can say things, we heard this, and I overhear it all the time about triggers, but you can say the most innocuous thing to someone, and they can take it wrong. So you guys are not responsible for my emotional reaction, and you're not responsible for Blue's emotional reaction, and I know you know that, but I wish Blue understood that. I know that. As I said, I came in because I was one of the more upset people at the time, and I'm not mad at you. We get along just fine.
I'd just like to say quickly, and then I'll let Negation go. Sorry, I sort of cut you off there. I just wanted to say again that for the harm, the emotional trauma that resulted from this, it was never our intent to take anything from anyone or to make fun of anyone or to make anyone look foolish. We were not trying to do anything of that like that, and we were not trying to gain anything by what we did. So it was just a dumb thing to do the way we did it. That's my last word on Drama-Gate as far as I'm concerned. I'll be happy to mirror this video to my channel, but I'm done with it unless somebody wants to come ask me a question privately. I really don't want to talk about it anymore.
Well, I have a question for Becky /Jade123. Yeah. Why am I not the only person you love? That's not cool, dude.
Well, you know, it's just, I have so much love to give, you know? How can I...
I'm like half your age. You should be flattered.
Oh, I am, dear boy, I am. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
But seriously, you know, I mean, I do want to say thank you for coming out, Jade, because you know, you were definitely someone who was, you know, against it and made it, you know, so, and you know, if nothing else, it makes me feel good that, you know, we've come back together and put it behind us, and you know, okay, you know, we screwed up, okay, thanks, and you're not, I mean, I think that takes a big person to let that go. And then my final word is the only reason I'm here doing this is because anytime me or Matthew put something up about another YouTuber, about anything else, it's not just Blue. I mean, if you look at Matthew's last comment thread, which, well, a lot of it, he blocked the people, but there's a lot of, you can see there's a lot of thread in there about people saying Drama-Gate 2.0, all of this stuff. And where I understand where people would, I guess, think about that, the line for me is when we start getting the vitriol and the death, maybe not death threats, but death
wishes. I got death threats.
Well, I did too during Drama-Gate, but I'm saying now it's more just we wish you dead and your whole family, and I hope you get cancer, and you know, that type of thing.
By the way, I just want to say I did not delete a single comment on that Live Life video that I just recently put up. Not one.
Right, but when I think the problem is like we were talking about earlier, I think when you block someone for being that hateful, it takes away their comment, so it looks like it is.
Yeah.
So, but I just want people to know, you know, I'm here, just like today. If you have a problem with it, if you actually want to talk about, you know, what we did, or the, you know, the findings themselves, that's what I'd really like to talk about. I'm not going to back away from it. I do not want it to be, I guess, perceived out there that if you hound people enough, that they will just bow and leave. There are people that are going to stand their ground. And
I'd also like to add that I'm going through a rather serious clinical depression, and I really, this is negativity I don't need.
Exactly.
That's why I don't want to talk about it.
And that's why I'm taking point on this, because Matthew doesn't need to deal with this kind of stupidity, in my opinion. I don't have, hopefully that I know of anyway, any problems. So I'm more than willing to take point, be the fall guy, get hammered on this. That's why I did this, because when Matthew put out that thing about Live Life, it completely got shifted, at least in some of the threads, to Drama-Gate. And the hate and the vitriol, I don't think that's fair. If you have that, if you feel that, bring it to me. Mm-hmm. I'm more than willing to be the guy that tries to talk you down.
And I just like to say that if you're still anyone out there still harboring hatred or anger over this, you have to look at yourself and ask why. Because it was a year and a half ago or whatever. Somebody might come forward and say it was a year and a half ago, it was a year and 5 months ago or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. And I'm one of the more picky people in this community. I'm one of these people who's always looking up references for every time some creationist says something. So, but, let's give being, totally anal retentive here a rest. Whatever amount of time it was ago, it is in the past. And you can't harbor these feelings forever. As one of the people who was more upset, I got over it. Now, it doesn't mean that I might not joke about the tools that these two were, because but that's a different situation, because I might do that. Oh yeah, you mean the tools from Drama-Gate? But I wouldn't do that in a video, and except for right now, I wouldn't do that in a hangout unless it was like a really, really late night and I'm tired and somebody started joking about it. But I mean, I wouldn't like deliberately come forward and accuse Matthew or Negation or Live Life of, being horrible, evil people or anything. It's time to give it a rest. And if you are still angry, well, for goodness sakes, over Drama-Gate, or you're still hurt over Drama-Gate, either bring it to Negation. He said, you want to cash it out? He's here. But more than that, think of why are you still upset over all this time? We've all been through crap our entire lives. Why hold on to something this stupid?
And that was beautifully put. And I would like to say that there were death threats to us for Drama-Gate, and there were doc droppings going on, and Blue in this very hangout just said something I'm not going to repeat exactly, but had to do with raping my mother with barbed wire. So there's no way that we can reconcile an intellectual point when that's the type of discussion that we're having. So all we can do is try to move forward. I mean, we understand the full scope of what we did. I mean, we realize how much of an impact, positive, if at all, and negative, which was fairly profound, to the community, and it's just time to move on. So, like Negation said, if you want to talk about Drama-Gate, go talk to Negation, but I am in no way laying the blame on him by doing that. We were both the orchestrators of Drama-Gate. I accept the full responsibility for that, and that's all I really have to say.
Yeah.
And guys, this has gone a lot longer than I had thought it was going to. So, I mean, I really don't have anything else to say. I hope everybody feel free, go view the tool, tear it apart, show my stupidity. There's lots of it there to be exposed. So with that, and like I said, unless anybody else has anything to do, I'll go ahead and close it.
Well, I would like to say something completely off topic, if it's okay.
Yeah, please. Okay,
tomorrow, I'm not sure what time yet, but on Phony Beatlemaniacs channel, that's Gary Phony Beatlemaniacs, spelled PHONYBEETLEMANIACXS. We're going to go through Mary Schweitzer's papers. Now, those of you who don't know, Mary Schweitzer is the paleontologist, whose papers are frequently misused by creationists. There are 4 papers that are available free online, and they should be on Gary's channel. There are a lot of places. anyone who's interested in this, we hope that we're going to have some actual people who know more than I do in there. And, you know, I know King Crocoduck, you've done a lot of, you know, anti-creationist stuff. But we're really
I actually mentioned her papers in my 5th Era Coven commentary.
Yeah, and so we're going to go through 4 papers in order. I don't know how long we're going to get, but the reason we're going to do this is because the creationists misused the papers, and we're just simply going to look at what's in the papers. This is not about theism or atheism or about creationism versus evolution. It's just simply to look at what actually is in the papers. So if anybody's interested, check out Gary's channel. And sometime tomorrow when he gets off work, it'll probably be in the afternoon. The afternoon for those of us in the United States, evening for those of you in the UK. If this is your thing, you're interested in it, check it out. And, you know, you might find it, again, you might find it interesting because for a lot of people, Gary actually asked for this because as a Christian, he thinks that creationism makes Christianity look stupid. But he's not a science-type person. He's a humanities-type person. So he wanted to understand what the papers actually say. So that's all I have to say.
That's awesome. And please feel free to, you know, if you do get it and want to put it on this video or let me know, I'll mirror it. I definitely, I think that's something that's really worthwhile. So that's great.
Okay. Well, great.
Have a good day, guys.
Yeah. Bye, Matt.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye. Okay.
And anybody else, or you want me to close it out?
Yeah, just close it out. I think we're done.
I hope so anyway.
Wait,